Hey everybody, this is Ross the Boss. What is going on, folks? You are listening to the Nothing Shocking podcast.
We're putting the band back together.
The numbers all go to 11.
I'm talking about bands that rock. Led Zeppelin. What about Sabbath? AC/DC. Motorhead.
Does that mean it's louder? Isn't it any louder?
Well, it's one louder, isn't it?
We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
Why don't you just make 10 louder and make 10 be the top number and make that a little louder?
These go to 11.
I get up off the ground and raise my head. Days like this, think I should be dead. One for Satan, two for me. Let's cheat the devil, it's fun, don't you agree?
Welcome to the Nothing Shocking podcast. I am your co-host, Jeff Untied, and with me in Dog Bowl Studios is my co-host,
Coach Nez.
You can find the Nothing Shocking podcast on Libsyn or any pod catchers. You can find us on Facebook or Twitter at No Shock Pod.
You can also find the Nothing Shocking podcast on Rock Rage Radio every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Central Time. We would like to thank Bob Zerrell for his technical contributions. Our sponsor is Ragged Records in downtown Rock Island, Illinois, soon to be coming back to downtown Davenport, Iowa. We would also like to thank the Hong Kong Sleepover for letting us use their music for our intro and bumper ending. Our guest tonight is
Ross the Boss
from
Manowar,
Death Dealer,
and the Ross the Boss Band.
And the Dictators.
And he's also been with
the Brain Surgeons.
Brain Surgeons. Yeah, he's got quite the resume.
He does, and he's always writing music all the time. He's on the podcast tonight to promote the new Death Dealer album, Concurred Lands. What else, Jeff?
They had a new album from the Ross the Boss Band in March 2020, Born of Fire.
Yes, and he also spoke of they are currently recording new music for a new Dictators album, and it has not been released as far as an album name so far, correct?
No, it sounded like they were still in the mixing stages.
And we also talked about some new material for Death Dealer. How much material did he say he's going to have
I think
ready?
at least 2 more albums. He was calling it Death Dealer 4 and Death Dealer 5.
So there you go, guys. You heard it right here. So anything else in the music news?
Recently, I picked up the new Queen live with Adam Lambert, Around the World. It's a first live album with featuring Adam Lambert on vocals. It's pretty cool. It's I bought the version that came with the CD and the DVD. The album is pretty cool. It's they do the couple of he sings 2 solo tracks by Freddie Mercury and then the Queen music, and then they do a recreation of the Live Aid show with the songs from in the order they did for Live Aid.
And there were 6 songs on that?
Six,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Radio Gaga. And,
was Under Pressure on there or not? No.
It might have been, but I'm drawing a blank at the moment. But
it was Bohemian Rhapsody. Did they play Bohemian Rhapsody? And did they do We Are the Champions, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's 4 of the songs. I can never remember.
I know. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank at the moment. But I'm pretty excited about it. It's a great listen.
Will Queen and Adam Lambert, can I say that name correctly? Are they ever going to get into the studio and create new Queen music? Is that ever foreseeable?
I would never say never, but it doesn't sound like it. From what the interviews I've seen, and they weren't even expecting to do this live album, and the reaction has been really good from what I've seen and read in the music news. So I have my hopes that they'll get together and do something.
I guess my question to rock critic and fan over there is maybe they should push the button on Queen to say, hey, get into the studio and make some new music. Because, I mean, they've done this whole, Adam Lambert fronting the band and singing Freddie Mercury songs. And they also did it with, what's his name from Bad Company? I can't think of his
Paul Rogers.
Paul Rogers. Yeah. And they did basically the same thing. It's, obviously.
They did an album together with that, but it didn't have the best album sales. Personally, as a Queen fan, I enjoyed it. I liked it, but it wasn't their best material.
Mm-hmm.
But so I think they might be a little gun shy from that. But Brian May is guest on one of Adam's solo records. He played on a couple of tunes. And,
there you go.
I think it would be well received.
At this point, these guys aren't getting any younger.
No.
Why not write some new music? get 12 songs out there.
It's time.
I think it is time. So, but anyway, I have not purchased anything new per se as far as anything new music. What I've been doing is I've been shopping for some of those vintage Metallica bootlegs on vinyl. And I found a couple. I got one coming in the mail tomorrow. I have my eyeballs on 2 more. And if people that listen to this, and if you're a Metallica fan, you know how extensive the Metallica bootlegged collection is out there, and how small printed and pressed it was. That they are hot commodities, and if you find one, you better hold on to it, because usually there's only about 500 of them pressed. Maybe, or less. So that's right now what I'm doing. I'm going backwards in my collection, and I'm trying to find as many of the old Metallica bootlegs, as many as I could possibly find, and I can afford.
Yeah. I think I made that mistake once. I found one and I passed on it. I think you bought it.
I think which one was it? Was
like
the Jump in the Fire? Yeah. I have 2 copies of that. So, but that's on CD. But anyway, I'm now buying more vinyl than I've ever had, and right now most of those Metallica bootlegs are only on vinyl. And I know that back in the record store days, back in the mid to late 80s, what they were doing with these Metallica vinyl bootlegs were they were recording them on a Denon cassette and then selling them on a cassette tape, trying to get the best quality cassette tape you possibly could buy and recording them. And even back then, to get that on a Denon cassette tape was, an upwards amount of $20. So these recordings are rare. And if you're a true Metallica fan, maybe I shouldn't say search for them, because that means you're taking them out of my hands. But no, they're expensive. But if you can find one for a manageable price, a reasonably manageable price, purchase it, because there's so many few made out there. So, like I said, I got my hands and eyes on a couple of them more, and hopefully by Christmas time I'll own 2 more. So,
yeah, nice.
So that's all I got.
All right, on to Ross the Boss.
Good night.
Fans of Ross the Boss might also enjoy his internet radio show, Ross the Boss, Live from the Cage, available on the Gimme Metal app. Look for Death Dealer's new Concurred Lands, November 13th on Steel Cartel Records.
I'll just put you on speaker.
Oh, are you at the baseball cage? Because we can hear mitts snapping.
You can hear it.
Welcome to the Nothing Shocking podcast. I want to introduce you to my co-host, Jeff Untied.
Hey, Ross. How's it going tonight?
Hey, nice to be on. Thank you.
Hey, well, first of all, number one, we want to thank you so much for agreeing to come on the podcast. We're excited to have you. I listened to your podcast interview with Mitch LaFon back this spring, and as I was outside doing yard work, and I said to Jeff, we got to get Ross on the podcast. We got to do it. So it's just great to have you on.
Thank you. That's very nice.
Absolutely. So you have some exciting news to share about new Death Dealer music. Can you kind of give us some more information about it?
Yeah. So we're going to release our 3rd record, Concurred Lands, on November 13th on Steel Cartel Records. All of us are very, very excited. I think the record is long due, since we took a little bit of a break, because all of us are very busy, and now we're ready for the new record.
We have been listening to to listen to Concurred Lands the last few days from your PR people, and it found it to be like we found it to be like a breath of fresh air. It's heavy, but yet it's an easy listen. What was the process like when writing this music for Death Dealer?
Basically just keep doing what we've been doing. I just think that we were a little more critical. We were more critical of the songs we used, and we kept honing it. And I would say, like, Stu and Sean, the main songwriters for Death Dealer, and I'm like, everything that they wrote, they would pass it through me, and I would give my opinions about it, and we just we were more critical of everything, and so we had the time, and we didn't rush through any process.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah. what's the creative process like for writing the songs for Death Dealer? Did you guys? I think on your earlier album, you guys put the tracks together or sent the tracks to each other over the internet. But did you guys get together and record?
No, there was no way we could get together and record. So Stu lives in Australia. I'm in New York. Mike is in New Jersey. Sean is in San Diego, and Steve is in Los Angeles.
So,
but
go ahead.
Steve did his drum tracks in his studio, and we just kept throwing it around.
What is the so during this pandemic, as far as recording, writing new material, is during a pandemic like what we're having right now, as opposed to now with technology, it's almost like you never have to get together to make a new album ever. You never have to join forces together. Is there any real difference right now with technology being what it is to create a new album?
No, the technology is basically the same. I mean, thank God for the internet. As bad as the internet is, has people say, oh, it destroyed the music business, but I'm saying it also let us be a band. So.
Oh, very good.
It's like we've been able to do this, and of course the time off, that no one can tour. The time off we've put it to very good use. Let me tell you.
Yeah, the songs sound great.
I'm going to give you some other news that's even more mind bending. Right now, I'm recording Death Dealer 4.
Awesome.
Wow, fantastic.
And not only that, we have Death Dealer 5 ready.
That's a lot. That's a lot of songs in the can waiting to be materialized.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Like Sean and Stu have been going bananas, and it's just been great. And I've been writing for the Ross the Boss band, and so I mean it's really working out. So when the band starts touring again, when the world starts touring again. We're going to be touring on 2 records because there's no way there's going to be touring this year.
Yeah. No,
and probably
no,
next
definitely
year.
not.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about your first song that was released, The Sorcerer Supreme?
Well, it's just a great song about the sorcerer, and he's the man, and he ain't taking no shit, and it's just along the lines of Sean's amazing imagination. He's got an amazing imagination, and he continually comes up with amazing stuff, amazing vocal lines. I mean, he's to me one of the best singers out there. So I mean, Sean is definitely an original.
Absolutely. I've been listening to Concurred Lands the last couple of days in my office because I'm cooped up in my office all day because of COVID-19. But I keep returning to track number 4, "Running with the Wolves." It has a fantastic guitar intro riff. The scream at the end is very reminiscent of an 80s scream, the Metal Glory days.
Yeah.
What's the story What's the story behind that song? Is there any?
Running with the Wolves. I guess it's just about what the song title says. I haven't gotten to the lyrics, but the video was released today.
Oh, very good.
The video of Running with the Wolves was released. At least I know it was in Germany because I got something that said that was written in German.
Yeah.
So the video was great, and the video features us playing in Eastern Europe and in front of huge crowds, and it's very exciting. So you'll see it soon, maybe even tomorrow.
Oh, fantastic! So at the ending of that song with the scream and the was that something that was kind of ad lib to the song, or was that always the thought process when you were recording that song is to add that scream at the very end?
55. Yeah. No, the last scream definitely was Sean's idea.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. Okay. What was your question? I'm doing business here at the same time.
Oh, no, that's okay. My question, you kind of answered it a little bit, but I was asking about the video process and if you guys planned on making any videos for any of the songs off this album.
Well, we have 2 already. So, I mean, obviously we're going to make some more videos because that's the only way you can reach people these days. And so I'm sure we're going to make some more. We're going to make more lyric videos. We're going to make more definitely lyric videos. I don't know how many more regular videos we're going to make, but
Yeah, we had Mike LaPond on as one of our first guests on the podcast about 3.5 years ago.
Mike, yeah.
Yeah, and what a fantastic interview he was. Maybe can you tell us a little bit more about the rest of the members of the band? Maybe some of our listeners might not who they are.
Sure, I can. Well, we have our newest member I can talk about is Mike LaPond, who's also in Symphony X, and he is my sidekick in the Ross the Boss band. And he has done 2 records with me, by Blood Sworn and Born of Fire. He is perhaps, to me, he's probably one of the greatest bass players in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, he's up there with Geezer Butler, Jack Bruce, Entwistle. That's how good I think he is. I mean, he's one of the best in the world. And so we have Mike, who's given us very, very an upgrade on the bass. Well, I mean, he's just amazing. Mm-hmm. And we got Steve Bolognese on drums, who's also came from originally Death Dealer. Then I stole him from my band. He's in the Ross the Boss band. And then he's in the Ross the Boss band. He's an amazing drummer. So we have a great tried and true rhythm section. And so on guitar, we have Stu Marshall from Sydney, Australia, my partner. And he's just an incredible guitar player, incredible songwriter, great guy to be with. And the thing is that we complement each other. What I don't play, he plays, and what he can't play, I play. So we have this great relationship. And of course, on vocals, we have the mighty Sean Peck band, the man.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Can you tell us a little bit about maybe the guitars that you've used on this album?
I've got I use my custom Ross the Boss model, Grossman, made in Romania, and thank you. Custom Ross the Boss model, made in Romania. He's an incredible guitar player, Christian Grossman, and I use my ESPs, which I've been endorsing since the '80s, and I use whatever I need. I have a whole bunch of guitars, but mainly I'm using the Ross the Boss model, Grossman, and my ESP Vipers.
Oh, very cool.
Then the amps are Angle Powerball 2, and and Angle cabinet. The Angles are the best amps in the world, so that's what I use.
Yeah, very cool. Let's kind of change gears on you here a little bit. How are you able to differentiate when writing a Ross the Boss tune to opposed to writing a Death Dealer tune? Do you have any change in the stylistically when you're changing gears, like your mindset, like, hey, this song is a Ross the Boss song, opposed to like, well, we write this, will this be more of a Death Dealer song, or does that even kind of cross your mind at all?
Well, you know what? I would say that I could tell what band is going to use what, and or what part is good for what band, It's just a matter of, I don't know, which singer I think is going to sing it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's either going to be Mark or it's going to be Sean. So either way, it's going to be great. I know when the final results come in, the song is going to be awesome because these guys are so good. And, that's basically where it is. I mean, you can tell where it's going to go. You definitely can tell.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, you got a history for colorful artwork, album covers and stuff. Do you guys got that, or what kind of album cover are you using for the new Concurred Lands?
Yeah, that guy is great who did that. Dimitar Nikolov, he's an amazing artist. And what can I say? I mean, that artwork is stunning, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, that is some sick ass artwork. What can you say? I mean, it's amazing. So, Dusan, his name is Dusan.
Is it something that the band is kind of contracted with the artist to do, or do you guys kind of go out and kind of handpick the artist that you want to do the work for? Or
Yeah. No, we pay him. We pay these guys. These guys aren't cheap. If you want a great picture, great artwork, you got to pay for it.
Yeah.
And sometimes the label pays for it. And that's, in this case, it's Steel Cartel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
It's Sean's label.
A few weeks ago, we had Albert Burchard on, and he had mentioned helping you on a new Dictators album. When and where can we start expecting new Dictators material to come to fruition?
Well, we're waiting on our first song back from the mixer, back from Ed Stasian, and we're excited. I mean, Albert's an amazing musician, and I mean, I was in a band called the Brain Surgeons with Albert.
Yeah.
We made an amazing record, very heavy record, in 2005, I think. Yeah, and called The Denial of Death. And so, but Albert is an amazing guy. He's definitely going to be the full-time drummer in Dictators, and we're expecting a lot of Dictators shows when it all starts.
Oh, very cool.
But we're going to have a lot of time. We have a lot of time to do things, so we're very excited about it. So listen, as much as we're not playing, my plate is full. It's really full.
Yeah.
I mean, I finished the Dictators song last night, and tonight I'm working on Death Dealer 4, and so we're really, it's cool. It's definitely it's a good situation.
Absolutely.
Plus, I have this place 7 days a week, so I never take a day off.
It doesn't sound like it.
No, I'm a workaholic, and I just keep working, and so that's why I have so much musical output. So, but it's good.
I don't know about Jeff, but I have one more question for you, so we can let you go because we know you're super busy. So, this is kind of a curveball question. As you're at a baseball cage right now, this is kind of appropriate. So, you were the producer on Anthrax's 7-inch single "Soldiers of Madness."
Soldiers of Metal.
Soldiers of Metal. Sorry, I didn't read it right. Soldiers of Metal.
That's a good name.
Yeah. Could you tell back then the greatness of that band, even back in 1983, or were they still pretty raw?
Well, I knew that they were onto something. They were very, very young and very, very creative. I just had to challenge that energy in the right spots, and I wasn't sure about their lineup, because I didn't know them I didn't know their particulars very well. I just knew they wanted to record, and the guys that opened for Manowar a couple of times, mm-hmm. and they were pretty good. And then when Johnny Z and Scott asked me to produce, I was more than happy to. And then because they weren't getting signed, Johnny Z didn't like what they were giving him, and I said I will produce this record. And as soon as he heard Soldiers of Metal, he signed them.
Nice. Well, fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
So, yeah.
Well, cool. Well, we don't have really any other questions for you, but so this is how it's going to work. We have a couple of episodes we have to release before this episode comes out, and so when it's released, I will make sure we get the link sent to your PR people or person, and that way they can share it to wherever and whenever. So
great.
Yeah. So anyway, that's how it's going to work. And once again, is there anything else that you would like to plug or promote before we let you go for the evening?
Well, no, I would like to say that we're only going to put 3 songs on digital platforms for Concurred Lands. We're not going to give the whole record to rip off Spotify, and we're gonna. If anyone else wants the record, they're going to have to pay for it.
Yeah.
And the old-fashioned way. And we need all your help. Okay, musicians right now are not working. Crews are not working. No one's working. And it's a very trying time. And the way the fans could help is by actually buying the physical product from us. It goes a long way.
Yes, indeed.
And okay,
Hey,
that's great.
Thank you so much, and have a great night.
Did the transmission sound good? Or do I sound okay?
Yeah.
Yes, you sounded fine.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. Yeah. So,
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's awesome. Thank you. We really appreciate it.
Okay.
All right, man. Have a
Cool.
good night. We appreciate it.
All right. Oh, by the way, I have my own radio show. I have my own internet show.
Oh, cool.
Oh, what's it called?
Gimme Radio. It's called Gimme Metal. Is the app, and we have what's his face from Megadeth. He's one of the DJs. We've been working for about 5 years already. So, Gimme Metal.
Gimme Metal.
Gimme. It's Gimme Metal. Gimme Country, and
Yeah.
pretty big.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
All right.
we'll check it out.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
It's an app you can download, and you can listen to us at all times.
We're going to do that.
Yeah.
So fantastic. We'll also put that in our intro as far as
My show is called Ross the Boss Live from the Cage.
Ross the Boss.
Live from the Cage.
All right. Live from the cage. All right.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
Okay, guys.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.